What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Educated Barfly. Today we're doing our special holiday 4th of July cocktail. We do it, well, I want to say we do it every year, but really we just did it last year because we weren't around the year before that. But every year I always try and think my way through a red, white, and blue cocktail, and I always come away from the internet where I go for inspiration sometimes just feeling sort of discouraged because the stuff that's in there is just like not that interesting to me, really not that... it's a little overly sweet. It's always grenadine in the bottom of a glass with blue curacao on top of it. I mean, I am using blue curacao, but I'm using like good high quality blue curacao at least. And then the other thing that I kind of think about is that I want to sort of have the story of the, like, I want to use like authentic ingredients, right? So the 4th of July harkens back to the independence of this country. And by this country, I mean the United States, where I'm based. I wanted to sort of try and figure out ways that I could use historic ingredients, but then also make it visually pleasing. And this year, what I landed on was using a shrub. Now, this is our first shrub episode. A lot of people have been asking me to make shrubs and to kind of tell you guys what it is. So basically, a shrub is a colonial era ingredient that used acidulated fruit, which should be just like fruit that has been added to vinegar, sugar, and water. And it was really done to preserve fruits that were going out of season. So before, like pre-refrigeration, people would figure out ways to take all of their berries and strawberries and stuff from the summer and keep them good through the winter and be able to have those flavors. And this was a really elegant way of doing that. Shrubs actually date way farther than the colonial era. They actually date back to another drink called a sherbet. Now, most of us now in the modern day think that a sherbet is like a type of ice cream. But before that, in Turkey, the Muslims who didn't drink alcohol would make these concoctions of basically sugar, citrus peel, and citrus juice with nuts and berries and spices. And they would put that together and they would add that to water, and that would be their sort of like, it was like a pre-refrigeration like soda. You know, it was like before sodas were invented, soda kind of thing. And that's where shrubs kind of came out of that tradition. The other thing that's great about shrubs is that it's a very easy way to add acid into your cocktails. So we usually add acid by putting citrus juice into our cocktails, like lemon juice and lime juice. Are high in acid, and that cuts the sweetness, and that's how you sort of balance your cocktails out. But this is a good alternative way of doing that. All right, that was a mouthful. That is basically what a shrub is. I've done a deeper dive and put it in the video description below, so definitely check that out if you want a little bit more on shrubs. And then let's get into it. So today, what we're going to be doing is a sort of what I hope to be an elevated cranberry and vodka, or Cape Cod. Some people say Cape Codder, but I don't really like that. I don't like that. It just sounds weird. And I'm from Massachusetts. Cape Cods are something that are very prevalent. Everybody at the bar asks me for them. They're very refreshing. This cocktail, I'm going to warn you, is going to be a little bit sweeter than what I normally do. So just keep that in mind. So this cranberry shrub, basically the basic recipe is just 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup of water, and a half a cup of frozen cranberries. And basically what you do is you just add those all to a pot, turn on the heat, bring it to a boil, and then simmer those cranberries until they become very easy to press, and then you just sort of press them down, releasing the cranberry juice. You simmer that for 10 minutes, and then take it off the heat and let it cool to room temperature, and then you can just put it in a jar or a bottle, put it in your fridge. It'll last you a couple of months. So what we're gonna do is 3/4 of an ounce of our cranberry shrub. Add that to our glass, and then we're going to add some ice into our glass. Set that aside, and then we're going to rinse this because we don't want any cranberry in here. We don't want to add any red. Just going to rinse it out a little bit. We're going to add 1.5 ounces of vodka, which is vodka of your choice. You can use citrus vodka. Today I'm just using the prairie vodka. That I like a lot. And then we're going to be doing 1/4 ounce of blue curacao to give it the blue color. Now, a lot of people are like, blue curacao, but Giffard makes a really, really, really good product. And I gotta tell you, I have tried to get that nice blue color from a lot of different natural sources, and it is not possible. So, you know, obviously there is food coloring in the curacao. It is an orange liqueur that has been colored to be blue. I stand by it. It's a good product. So we're just doing a 1/4 ounce of that blue curacao. And then we're gonna just add the rest of our ice. And we're gonna shake it in our tin. Okay, center our glass. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to go get the thing out of the sink that we forgot to get. Because we are gonna need it. Give it a little rinsey poo. Okay, and then we're just gonna take a spoon and we're gonna pour this slowly over the back of a spoon. And you should see the colors start to layer, because what we're doing is playing with density. So the vodka and curacao is less dense than the shrub. It's a little thicker, so it can sit on top that way. And then we're gonna try to, and probably fail at getting some soda water here. And just layering that over the back spoon to see if we can. I think this is just gonna combine. It's pretty much the same density, but you know, if we can just make it a little lighter on top, just a little lighter, that would be cool. And then we're gonna just do a little pinch of salt. Now, I'm a big fan, maybe 2 little pinches of salt. I'm a big fan of putting salt in your cocktails because it brings the flavor out. Salt is just like a flavor amplifier, and it's just gonna bring it out. And then what we're gonna do is we're just going to add carefully our garnish. And there you have it, the elevated Cape Cod. Well, I hope it's an elevated Cape Cod anyway, but that's what we're gonna call it. The elevated Cape Cod, or the alternative Cape Cod. I don't know, I'll leave it up to Marius to decide. You guys will know what the name of this cocktail is when you see the thumbnail. All right, now to drink this, because I like to taste things on camera, so I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna grab a straw and we're gonna have to mix it. But what's really great is that blue and red is gonna make a nice, very pleasant, kind of bluish, purplish cocktail. So it's like a color changing cocktail. So we're just gonna like incorporate it because we want to incorporate the shrub with the soda and vodka and curacao. Well, let's taste it. Yeah. This is a bit sweeter than what I would normally make, but what's really great about it is that the acid cuts that sweetness. So it's sweet, but you feel that apple cider vinegar, and it pairs really well. My biggest fear for this cocktail was that the shrub wasn't gonna really pair well with the blue curacao, but what's really nice about the Giffard blue curacao is that it really just only tastes like orange liqueur. So we just have that nice hint of orange on the back. But that shrub is like, you get that full cranberry flavor. We've only added vodka to amplify the alcohol in it, or actually add any alcohol in it at all, because that is the only alcohol. Well, that and the curacao is the alcoholic ingredients, but the vodka is by far the most alcoholic. But the overwhelming flavor there is cranberry, hint of orange. It's really, really pleasant. Again, a little sweeter than what I would normally have made, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet. And it's just like a really nice Cape Cod variation, and actually looks really cool. That looks really cool. Like if I saw that, I mean, this is like right here, this is Instagram heaven, guys. This is like what people are, this is why everyone's adding butterfly pea flower to all their cocktails to make these color changing cocktails. And all of those posts get so much engagement. All right. So good. So there you have it, guys. My elevated Cape Cod. You know, maybe I'm going to switch the name of this cocktail to, we'll call it Holiday on the Cape. That's the name of this cocktail. So there you have it, my friends, the Holiday on the Cape. I will see you guys next time. Have a great, safe holiday. Drink responsibly. If you like our channel, hit like and subscribe. And if you want, check out some of the good stuff that we got going on Patreon. We got some exclusive content going there. So patreon.com/educatedbarfly. I will see you guys after the holiday. Be safe.